He may be living in a bungalow in a prime area, but in this clip, jazz singer Nathan Hartono reveals why he's shy when asking his friends to come over. Okay, Nathan, I have to ask. Tell me about this wall here.
Okay. It's an embarrassing yet sweet story because one day I just came home from school and well, it wasn't the best of all days. It was one of those days you just want to go home and just isolate and just like chill, you know. Then I walk into my room, put my bag down. Okay, this is exactly what happened. I'll show you. So yeah, pretty much. Like, I didn't.
So you don't know how that got there, yeah?
Not really. It just kind of came out from nowhere. This huge 10-foot portrait. I don't know. It just popped up over there, and I found out my dad did it. Which it's really really sweet, but it's also really embarrassing.
What's the story behind that? Why did your dad make this for you?
Because he's always just he's just been very supportive. With my entire career, I guess you can say. So I think this is some kind of a lot of support, I guess.
So he just wanted to show you that he's proud of you, is
yeah,
it?
I guess in some sense, yeah. But it's also, barred me from actually inviting people into my room more often.
Yeah, I've heard that. You've actually stopped friends from coming to your room because you're embarrassed about this.
Sometimes, but after a while I just explain the same story to them and they understand. So they still laugh about me about having a head bigger than my own, right above me when I sleep.
I heard that you are a big comic book addict. So show us your stash.
Okay, honestly I don't really have a stash because how I work is that, I like to share. So every time I read a good comic book, I would just lend it to my friends because I have lots of friends who are comic book fans as well. So they just kind of get spread around and eventually I never get them back. But I do have a few favorites right here. For example, this right here is a classic. This book right here, and it would look familiar because right there is right here. So,
and that's your favorite T-shirt, yeah?
It's my favorite T-shirt, yes. This is an all-time classic. Any comic book fan should probably know about this already, so shouldn't elaborate. Other things like just little geek stash over here, just encyclopedias, pretty much, of like
Wow,
Marvel.
you have a Marvel encyclopedia?
Yeah, it was actually a gift from a friend because he knew how much I love these things, but I'm not much of a shopper. I always feel very guilty trying to shop, and this thing, it's costly, so I didn't really dare to get it. So
yeah, pretty cool friends.
Yeah, like a bunch of them just pulled up and got me this, so thank you very much.
Alright, Nathan, now do you have, who's your favorite superhero? Who would you want to be?
Who would I want to be? I don't know if I can find him here actually, but honestly, I have always wanted to be this guy right here, Spider-Man.
Spidey.
Sometimes, right? Okay, I don't. This might just be me, but sometimes when you're having really long walks that you really have to take, like say for example from the MRT to your workplace, and you just want to get there faster some way. Some people want to fly, some people want to teleport. I want to shoot a web from my wrist and swing there because I've always just liked Spider-Man. And when the movie came out, I think 2002 or something, that was the happiest day of my life. I caught it immediately, and it's a great comic book, and he's a great character. So yeah, Spider-Man.
It might have been slightly ironic how an Indonesian passport holder sang the patriotic theme song for last year's NDP, Where I Belong. But in our next clip, Nathan reveals that he is much more Singaporean than one might expect.